Local event going on, the Lessons Family Annual Book Festival begins tomorrow, and a local author of this book, Keeping My Hope, is about to talk about what he wrote about the Holocaust, and he'll be featured at that program at the festival next Tuesday. Here with more is 15-year-old, yes I said 15-year-old Christopher Huh. Christopher, this is a great thing to accomplish. You're a freshman at Clarksburg High School, and you wrote a book. Not too many of your classmates can say that.
Not too many. I'm the only one. I wouldn't consider myself like a superstar or anything at school, but I guess you could say I've learned a lot about this. You know, it's been a whole journey. It took me about a year and a half to write the whole thing with tons of research.
What made you want to do it, the Holocaust? I mean, that is such a hefty, serious topic for a 15-year-old to write about. How did you get interested in this?
It started back in 7th grade in my English class, actually. My teacher, she was teaching a small subject, a short, maybe like a week or so about the Holocaust. And she even invited a Holocaust expert to speak with us for about one class period. And I was initially shocked by what I heard because
I didn't know much about it by then. You're in 7th grade.
It was just, I only heard about it, but I never got into a full depth of the subject. But while I was paying attention, some of my peers, you know, they're passing notes, chatting, and that's what kids do, you know, like, we're all kids, right? But you can't control that. So the Holocaust expert, she noticed that, and she turned around and said, "Do you think this is funny?" And she didn't, trust me, she didn't mean to be mean or anything, but she just wanted to get their attention for it. And it opened my eyes to see that this is something that I should try to teach about to my fellow like students, my friends. And I think that was my big motivation to write the book. Something
inspired you there, something moved you to tell others what they might not know. Is this written from, I guess, your point of view of what you found, or what point of view is it written?
It's actually written in the first-person view of a grandpa named Ari. I made him up. He's a fictional character, and the story flips between the present day and back then during the war. He explains to his grandchildren, specifically his granddaughter Sarah, about how he survived and what happened to his family. And I think that was a big part for me as well, considering I like my grandparents, you know. I think it's pretty important for young kids these days to focus on the elderly, especially since many people from that time period are now passing away.
And their stories, we're losing their stories if they're not recorded historically. Have you been down to the Holocaust Museum?
Many times.
How was that for you the first time that you went after your research? Because it's such a moving exhibit.
It is. The first time I went, I brought my mom, and I basically said, I think I'll go through the exhibit myself first, because I just want to give the feeling, like, to get involved, to see everything by myself. And throughout the journey, I think I got lots of background knowledge as well throughout that whole year of learning. It was just, for me, a self-learning experience.
It's so emotional to go through and see that, because you read about it in textbooks, and I don't know if we're probably the same here. You read about it in textbooks, and then you actually see it in a museum and you connect it to real people, I guess, and you hear from real people, so it's even more moving.
It is. I think that the best way for people to do this is just to learn it by themselves and, you know, hear it from the actual survivors who were there, their testimonies. And it's something that everyone should experience, at least.
Well, great job on your book as a 15-year-old. You're a freshman in high school who happened to get the day off school, which is pretty cool. I mean, TV or day off school, which one is it? Which is better?
TV.
And I hear you don't have to go back until tomorrow, so you have bragging rights now. How does that feel?
Awesome.
So Tuesday at the festival is your big day where your book will be showed off. And once again, the name of the book, here it is, Keeping My Hope by Christopher Huh. Go out and get it. Pretty amazing that you did this at such a young age. I want to see there's pictures in here so even I too can read it. Christopher, thanks for coming on. Great job. We'll have more right after this break.